This is a chat window. How does this appear? What up? Thank you, Josh. That's right. Josh Aldridge is a member of Premium Economy for over 2 years. That's 27 months. That it does deserve a thank you note, Tim Arnold.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
So I haven't seen any F-16s quite yet, but welcome, Sue Major. Welcome. You know that you know me. You know the scenery here. I'm told there's our friend Aircraft Expeditions. He is here. He is waiting for the F-16s. Brian Kopp says hello from Oceanside. Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. What's going on? Dreamweaver making another appearance. My goodness, Dreamweaver. My heart is full. True story. Every time I see Dreamweaver, my heart is full. Mark Brandt, I'm doing well now that the sun's down. It's will be a nice evening. We'll be fast and furious according to the schedule that I got. Should have about 15 or 16 F-16s in the next hour. And might get some good stuff. Matt Man, what's happening? Great to see you. So Brian will be hopefully in San Diego as long as I don't get sick this coming weekend sometime. I have to work 2 midnight shifts, 2 graveyard shifts into Saturday, and then I got to go back to a normal shift. So I might have to recheck my sleeping habits on Saturday and Sunday. But we'll be there. Oh my goodness, Eddie Blackburn from Myrtle Beach. What up? Great to see you guys tuning in. Wonderful. Yeah, so this might be the quickest show ever, or we can stay here all night, whatever you want. Arrivals and departures are from runway 30 tonight. Optimistic Mountain Landscaping, what is happening? Shout out to Green Valley. Great to see you. Look at this. Sweet. We got some heavy action even. FedEx. FedEx is getting ready to head out and take off. I believe they're either going to El Paso or Memphis. I don't know. I'm going to take a guess and say El Paso. I haven't even looked yet. So I probably should look at that. But let's see here. Memphis. They are going to Memphis tonight. Right on. Well, hopefully we can get to Memphis too. And look at that. We get some King Air action for you. Jane, what's shaking? Dreamweaver making a quick visit. She's got to get to bed. She is 3 hours ahead of us. So thanks to everybody who's tuning in on the East Coast. Yeah, we'll get some, hopefully some nice FedEx action for you. And thanks for your understanding. Of course, I've said it before, I'll say it again. Tucson, the signal is, it's okay. It's definitely not the best, so thanks for putting up with the occasional buffering. We all know that. And that's why we're here. Eddie Blackburn, oh my goodness, joining Premium Economy for just 99 cents.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Thank you very much, Eddie. And just 99 cents, and you are getting the full coveted suite of emojis. I am 50% less than Carolina Aviation. Hey, Aircraft Expeditions being a great member for 14 months. Thank you so much.
Right to jail, right away.
No, that's not the one.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
There you go. Thank you, Aircraft Expeditions. Brian Lloyd, what's going on? Keys, what is up? Keystown, what is happening? I have not heard the F-16s just yet, but we are early, so I would expect to see them in a little bit. Ah, beautiful, Eddie. Love hearing that. So we got 1, 2 Southwest taking up. What's up, Nick? How's it going? I'm going to go ahead and sound the heavy alert for FedEx because they'll be taking off shortly. Three minutes? Okay. Aircraft Expedition's telling us 3 minutes. Tim, you know I would if I could. But, you know, as you know, with all things, it comes down to finances. So San Diego is this weekend. Of course, we'll make it to Denver. It's just a matter of when, Tim. So, 30 minutes? Okay, he says 30 minutes now. You know I would, Tim. We'd go to Buc-ee's up there and party. Oh, here we go. Oh, an immediate right-hand turn. Giddy up. AJ, what's going on? Welcome in. Dude Pilot, what's shaking? Nick says, when am I coming to Dallas? Well, I'm looking at the possibility, Nick, of coming to Dallas on May 10th. So yeah, May 10th is what I'm thinking, but we'll just kind of see if I'm able to make that. I'd like to make the Royal Jordanian, but I'm not sure just yet, Nick. So cross your fingers, because as you know, flights are getting much more expensive. The foghorn. Oh, that's the Chicago Blackhawks goal horn. Kansas City. Great question. Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. I would like to. I don't have any. Okay, so I don't have immediate plans for Denver or Kansas City. However, you know, we still have half the year left on our travel calendar. So all things are possible with cash. I don't know how else to say that. All things. AJ, welcome to our little old happy airport. Tucson Airport is home to the largest Air National Guard base in America. We get about 4 million passengers a year, so we're not the busiest commercial airport, but we get all sorts of interesting stuff. Like, for example, if you saw last week, I posted that we had an A330 come in from Sofia, Bulgaria, and that was pretty cool. Josh Aldrich. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. Yeah, they're going to be missing out on some F-16 action. So it's kind of nice to be here in the evening. Thank you for being part of the action. Southwest 1421 to Phoenix is taking off shortly. This Southwest is going to San Diego, and they must have a flow time into San Diego or a ground delay program because they're just chilling. They be chilling, and we've got some GA action arriving. Sierra Charlie Aviation at 172. So, yep. So stick with us. We're expecting the F-16s in the next half hour. I thought it said 7 o'clock. I guess they got a little delayed. But again, we'll be in lovely San Diego hopefully this weekend, as long as I am healthy. And we'll be here. I was thinking about tonight, maybe doing tomorrow again, depending on the schedule here. For those of you, since we have a minute, let me give you a quick tour of Tucson for you new viewers. So we're looking to the south here, basically. And so that would be, if we kept going south, we'd run into Nogales. You've got some hangars here, some cargo hangars here. This right here, this large area, this is what we call the east ramp. This is where a lot of our diversions come when they divert from Phoenix or whatnot. They all park here. We can store up to, I think, 12 narrow body planes out here on the east ramp. So sometimes we get a lot of diversions. One time I think Tucson got 16 diversions, and that was was it September or August? So that is the east ramp, and then we've got the terminal over here. There are 2 concourses. There are an A and B concourse, and United, Southwest, Sun Country, and Frontier are all in the A concourse, while the B concourse has Delta, Alaska, and American. Brian Lloyd asking the temperature, 85. So for Tucson, that's pretty dang pleasant. So that's good if the F-16s are delayed. When the F-16s take off, if they use their afterburners, it'll look like they're bottle rockets. They'll look like bottle rockets with like flames shooting out of their backside. Also, when I have Taco Bell. Also a good laugh. Hey, Southpaw, what's going on? T-Donji, what's going on? Funny guy, I know, right? Our friend Aircraft Expeditions is right over there. He does some great work with a lot of military aircraft at Davis Mountain. So he's over there hanging out with us tonight. Brian says it's perfect in San Diego, 65. That sounds fantastic, Brian. Please save some of that weather for me for next weekend. Please and thank you. Greg, how's it going? Hey, Jay Prey, you should talk to one of the flight schools on the West Ramp and see if you could get some access to film landings. That would be pretty cool. The second part of our tour, I guess I should probably do the second part. The company Raytheon has a giant facility here in Tucson. I believe it's the largest employer, so Raytheon is just over in that direction. Orange Cone Vlog, what's going on? We're both tied for last place at 12-9. Talk about a great division, Southpaw. Good evening, Josh. Here we have our tower. Our tower is fairly new, but here is the 737-800 going to Phoenix. Boa notte, ERB. Kevin Stanhope making an appearance. What's up, Kevin? Whoops. You can tell I'm using my old tripod, for those who know me well. It was just a little bit easier to set up, so you can tell. Oh, hey, Jay Prey says, I went to one of the flight schools, can't remember what it was called, but you can get great views of runway 12. There's also some mechanic hangars and such. What's up, Hyro? There's a couple, hey, Jay Prey, on the west side. Yes, you are probably thinking of either Epic Flight Academy or ATP. Yep, those are a couple of good ones. I want to say a big shout out to our friend Dreamweaver. She's 3 hours ahead of us, but she stopped by. So we're a little delayed on the F-16s, but we are expecting them, which is good because now that the sun will set further, we'll be able to see the fire, the afterburner. So yes, so this is our San Diego flight that has a flow program, so it's got a wheels up time. Moving on, we mentioned this is our ATC tower over here, and if we go just to the right, this is Dave from North Little Rock's favorite stop. This is the what we call Big Blue. This is where Mitsubishi Heavy Industries, the company that took over the CRJ program from Bombardier, does a lot of their work. They store things here. They work on planes here. They do a little bit of everything here. Keith, for Tucson, there hasn't been too much of a drop in flights yet. And you know, it's kind of fortunate too, Keith, because we're getting into our slow season, just because here in Arizona, right, when it's super hot, that's our off season. Whereas during the wintertime, before the conflict, a lot more people were traveling. So it might actually not be too bad for us. But yeah, you can see a lot of the CRJs that are in storage over there, mostly CRJ 200s that are over there. Oh, it was pre-COVID. Okay. Kevin Stanhope, I think some of them should use their afterburner. Absolutely. That is the expectation. If we had our friend Tink here, we would know for sure. The Flight Deck Live, greetings from Virginia. Oh, hey, Jay, pray you fly out of Tucson like 2 or 3 times a month. Awesome. Sometimes that was mine. Yeah, it depends. We travel sometimes. We raise, and thanks everybody for contributing. 100% of what is contributed goes back into the channel. So we like to take some road trips sometimes. Alexandre, benvindo a un programa. So yeah, the Mitsubishi stores a lot of their old CRJs for storage over there. What's up, Roblox? Yeah, well, maybe we'll get to Fargo. We'll see. We will see. So you may not agree with my stance on the Grand Canyon, but I think we talked about this when we were in Phoenix. Arizona has some of the best sunsets in the country. Excuse me, guys. What are you doing? Okay. Hey, Jay Prey, thank you for joining Premium Economy for just 99 cents. You get the full coveted suite of emojis and support the channel.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Gail Parker, what's going on, Gail? How are you today? Great to see you from Green Valley. Yeah, so it's really nice out. When the sun goes down, it's very pleasant in Tucson. That's just my take. A lot of people do like the warmer weather. Hey, Aircraft Expeditions, very generous, gifting 5 memberships.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Congratulations to Austin, Brian, the Flight Deck Live, Orange Cone Vlog, and Keith and Robin Davis. Perfect. I am a Tucson resident too. Hey, Jay Prey. I've lived here now for 15 months. Basically, yeah, 15 months. Hard to believe. Jackie, what's going on? Australia? Looks like we get another Southwest arrival here. If you're just joining us, the F-16s have not taken off just yet, but they are expected to within the next half hour. Unless they ruin the schedule for me. Happy to bring you Tucson. I just, I love it when it's cooler. Bailey, how's it going? Oh yeah, Roblox, living in North Dakota since you were a baby? Right on. Ah, well, that's good, Andrew. Good to hear the ADSB and myself line up. Whoops. Again, we might be back here tomorrow night. I don't know what the schedule is for tomorrow. And then I go back to work. So my full-time job is Wednesday through Saturday. And then either Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday we'll be in San Diego. So stay tuned for that. And thank you for the support, everybody. Oh, let's do it. Let's make it happen. Aircraft Expeditions, forming the exploratory committees, saying Pip Hastings for president. Thank you so much.
How's your mother, by the way?
Harry Carey, thank you for joining the program too. What is up, Austin? How's it going? Any old time? Nice to see you streaming tonight. Well, thank you, any old time. Glad to be here. It's nice that it's the sun is behind the mountains. So, I will confess, anybody who knows me, I grew up in Chicago, so I'm definitely adjusting to the heat. Scott Kuiper, what's going on? Well, Roblox at 18, I think you can be a ramp agent. I agree, Keith. This should be. I'd like to make that happen. No question about it. Whoops. And again, just as a heads up, if you're joining us for the first time, thank you so much. I'm Pip. The signal is okay here, so if you do get the occasional buffering, I apologize. But we're like on the far south end of Tucson. If you go any further, you're basically in the desert. So we've been trying to get the cell phone companies to get more signal strength down here. Oh, hey, Aircraft Expeditions gifting 5 more.
This bud's for you.
Whoa, Harry Carey giving Aircraft Expeditions a shout out. The Robopilot, Joe, Cindy, Marshall. Congratulations for the memberships. You get the full coveted suite of emojis. And we will soon start doing premium show, members only shows soon. Sounds good, Roblox. I appreciate that, sir. The busiest times in Tucson for aircraft activity are typically first thing in the morning, so from like 5:30 to say 8:30. Then midday, so from about 10:30 to 2:30, and then again from I'd say 8:30 to midnight. Tim Arnold says, contributing, he says, I'd like to contribute a $1.99 super chat. Tim Arnold, thank you so much.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
And he says the next arrival is United there in the distance, I believe. Is that United? I can't tell. It's so far away. Yes, it is. SkyWest 5962 from San Francisco. Yes, of course, Roblox. I'll give you a shout out. Oh, well, that would have been perfect, AJ Prey. I actually tried Starlink for broadcasting. It was not so good. The download speeds are perfectly fine. It was the upload speeds that I had trouble with. It was definitely a struggle. Yeah, I bought that like right after Christmas. I actually still have the the Mini myself. So I hold on to it just in case, like, I don't know why. I guess I just, you know, if the cell phone system all goes down, maybe I can sign up for Starlink. But Gulf Romeo, what's up, J-Dog? What is up? Optimistic Mountain Landscaping says the times I fly out to Tucson is early in the morning. Roblox says we should do a meet and greet. I agree. So Roblox, I've been thinking about that. Once I get things a little more settled towards the end of May, then that is something we can look at doing. We were talking about like doing a pizza party. I think that would be fun. Thank you, AJ. Again, the carriers that fly in here are United, Delta, American, Southwest, Alaska, Sun Country, and Frontier. I don't know, Roblox. We'll just have to see. We will just have to see. Possibly Kevin Stanhope. I know Scott Kuiper will probably tune in or be a part of the action in Philadelphia. Pizza. Maybe Southpaw, if we do one in Milwaukee, it's like cheese curds only. We have to find we have to find cheese curds only. It can only be a cheese curds only meet and greet. Gulf Romeo says, I'm here in Tucson. Maybe I'll come say what up. Sounds good. Now the debate on the best pizza. Okay, so hey, Jay Prey, what is the best pizza in Tucson? Somebody said a restaurant called Pizza Gave. I haven't tried all the pizza places. I thought Empire Pizza is really good, especially when you get a pie out of the oven. They use the thick cut pepperoni, which I'm a big fan of. We'll see, Roblox. That's what I'm saying, Southpaw. I know Southpaw says I have a feeling be able to find some cheese curds here in Milwaukee and Wisconsin. I think that's a possibility. In fact, I went to Culver's today for, not that that is the true definition of cheese curds, Southpaw. I did go to Culver's for lunch. Gulf Romeo says New York PD Pizza on the east side is good to go to. Oh. Aircraft Expedition says best pizza is Little Anthony's Diner, hands down. No anchovies, Andrew says, near campus. Wow, these are a lot of good suggestions. Hey, Jay Prey says, I grew up on the East Coast. My parents live in New Haven. I like Brooklyn pizza. Hey, here's a fun fact. Hey, Jay Prey, I actually lived on Long Island for a summer. I lived in Ronkonkoma, out on Long Island. I was starting, helping to start Breeze Airways. Not that I was at the time, we needed to get certification from the FAA. So they had us work in Long Island before we all moved out to Utah. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. Don't forget to like and subscribe. United 5962 is trying to figure out if they can get past this Southwest, I think is what the issue is. It is kind of tight. I think he should be okay, but I would not blame the captain to see if Southwest can move, or maybe United. Here's what United should do. They should just go further down on the east ramp and then make like a U-E. AJ Prey, yep. Breeze does fly out of New Haven. Yeah, they've grown a lot since I worked for them back in 2022. Yep. Optimistic Mountain Landscaping, Mario McGee's Pizza here in Green Valley has good pizza. I know the owner. I do need to make it down to Green Valley and Sahuarita, Optimistic Mountain Landscaping. Gail Parker chiming in, says Grandma Tony's Pizza at Little Anthony's Diner. I was definitely, Andrew S., helping start Breeze was a unique experience. It most definitely was. 1,000%. I learned a lot. It was like herding cats is the best way I can, now that's a good photo. That's a good look right there. Thank you, everybody. What's up, Robbie? It was definitely like herding cats, Andrew. See, yep. Watch this. It's gonna go around and around the southwest. So it'll come right by us. So if you're on this plane, we'll probably see you. Shine the light. We are still waiting. If you're just tuning in, the F-16s have not taken off just yet. We are still expecting them, though. That's what I was told on the schedule. If not, I will be heartbroken. All right, ERB, sleep well. Have a great night. Thanks for saying hi. We did see the FedEx 767 take off. Yep, see, it's coming around like this. Locking into Alpha 7. What's up, Randy? Oh, that would be perfect, Andrew. One time I did a show on top of a mountain, Andrew. Dan, good evening to you. Rod, what's happening? Rod, we should be there in San Diego. I don't know where I'm staying quite yet. I don't know if I'll stay up in Carlsbad or if we'll hang down in San Diego, depending on hotel prices. But that should be some point this weekend, Rod. Yo to you, Rod. Well, Roblox, we're all here, friends, so we welcome you most heartedly. Okay, we'll see you later, bud. All right, our next arrivals, we've got a couple of General Aviation arrivals, of Piper Seminole, another Piper Seminole. But then after that, we got SkyWest 4975 American Eagle from LAX. Yeah, A Mountain is pretty good, Andrew. I would recommend it, like especially at night, like now. Rod, make sure you bring a drum set for me, and you can bring a guitar, and we can like write music while broadcasting. Because I used to be a drummer. Not that I was very good, but I did play the drums occasionally. So again, for you new viewers, Tucson is home to the largest Air National Guard unit in the country. Home anywhere from 60 to 80 F-16s. And so we're, according to the schedule that I got through some sources, they said they would be flying tonight. It is the 20th. So we're looking forward to it. And the signal here is okay. If you do encounter occasional buffering, my apologies. But we'll soldier on, and if you lose signal, we do our best to get back on. Speaking of signal, what do I do with my water? Yippers! You should spot at Pinal Air Park or Marana Regional Airport would be interesting. Yippers. Marana I've thought about, so we might sneak over there. The problem with Marana is it's basically like doing a live stream in a museum. So that's the only catch. Mr. Mad About Planes, g'day from Brisbane, Australia. Loving the stream. Well, thank you so much. Hopefully you'll like it more when we get those F-16s rolling. Mass Fokker tuning in. Great to have you aboard, sir. Yeah, Yippers, I really do need to make it Pinal. People keep asking me. It's just, people would be like, this is it? It's just a bunch of planes sitting around. But, hey, if they want it, I guess so be it. Live stream in a museum, exactly, Aircraft Expeditions. Yeah, exactly. Marana Regional is mostly private pilot training and skydiving. And you're right, yep, there's no tower at Pinal Air Park. I remember, in fact, hey, Jay Prey, I used to be a flight dispatcher, and I worked for some airlines that we had to send some planes out to Marana. And, yeah, there is no tower. I remember that. Come to think of it, this and Davis Mountain are like the only towered airports. Yeah. Is it the U.S. Army helicopters that are out there at Pinal? Welcome back, Roblox. Looks like we got a E-175. Here's our American Eagle over here. I don't have a ATC audio right now, but I will hopefully soon. I need to get a larger soundboard so I can have more inputs. Thank you. Kip says, hello, Connecticut loves your streams. Thanks, just hits the like button. Well, thank you, Kip. I send my love to Connecticut. And Bradley International Airport and New Haven. It sure does. Optimistic Mountain Landscaping says Pinal Air Park has lots of history on commercial aircraft. It's true. Mr. Mad About Planes asked, does Tucson get international flights? No, but they actually used to. First, Flair Airlines flew in here before the pandemic. And a while ago, years ago, Aeromexico used to fly here. So we do have the capability. We do have a customs gate. We do get a lot of, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but we do get a lot of heavy aircraft that are being retired that are international flights, and they come in to Tucson to clear customs, and then they'll fly up to Pinal Air Park, which is just 45 minutes away by car. So basically 40 nautical miles, 30 nautical miles. So great questions. I think the hope, I would like to see more international flights come to Tucson. We're only about 60 miles or so from the border of Mexico and Nogales, and down towards Sierra Vista as well. If you do encounter buffering, just be patient with us. I don't have the best signal. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So just ask for your patience. We're out here in like the, what would you call it? The far southern part of the metro area. So hang on with us. Yeah, the old 747-100 that Rolls-Royce had, or 200, excuse me, 747-200, that is retired up in Marana. Awaiting the F-16s. Oh, that's a good idea. I might be able to get ATC in Milwaukee. We'll have to take a look at it. Aircraft Expedition says Bob Allen. Captain Bob is a personal friend of mine. Matt Mann says, let's get Viva Aerobus to Guadalajara and Mexico City. Definitely a possibility. So the F-16s, when they start to taxi our way, you'll start to hear a little bit of a hiss. In fact, maybe I'll turn up the natural sound a little bit so you'll hear it a little bit better. I've got two microphones. One is a shotgun mic, and the other one is my broadcasting headset. Jackie, I would love to come to Australia. I've seen fares anywhere from like $1,200 to Australia to $2,000. So I definitely have to save up. Kevin says, I miss Interjet. Yeah, I remember them. Of course, I caught one of their Sukhoi Super Jets in San Antonio before they went out of business. I do miss, yeah. So Tucson gets about 4 million passengers a year, but I live in Tucson. I only live 10 minutes away, so for me, this is the easiest airport to broadcast at. Air King Flyer, Sir Pip says, what up? Hey, and Treasure Maze says, hello from South Carolina. Treasure Maze, I don't know if I knew you were from South Carolina, but love the Palmetto State. I lived in Myrtle Beach for a little bit. Lived in Charleston, and then lived in I lived in Spartanburg. I didn't live in Greenville. I'd like to, but I lived in Spartanburg. Radelaide, how's it going down under in Australia? Optimistic Mountain Landscaping says there's a guy who I clean windows for who is a retired FedEx pilot. Nice. Dave from North Little Rock. There's the man who loves his CRJs. Oh, finally, San Diego's getting their engines run up. There's Dave from North Little Rock and his CRJs. Or maybe that's the APU of the United. Could be the APU of the United. Well, they do have their beacon on, so that's a good sign for that Southwest flight that was delayed to San Diego. So we might be back here tomorrow. Who knows? I want to check on the schedule first. See what's flying inbound. And then I got a long week at work because I'll be working a normal shift from 12 to 10 p.m., 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. And then on Thursday, Friday, I work overnight, 7:30 p.m. to 5:30 a.m. While I didn't get a chance to go to St. Louis, I want to say again, congratulations to St. Louis. British Airways landed in St. Louis, I think, for the first time. Was it the first time ever? But anyways, St. Louis added service on the Dreamliner to St. Louis from London Heathrow. Oh, okay. Treasure Base, you've lived in Myrtle Beach for 30 years, now live in Columbia. Very cool. Awesome. Ritzy Mink, what's shaking? How's Chicago? What's happening? This looks like a... We're patiently waiting. It said 1900. Maybe what it was, the briefing was at 1900 and the departures were at 8. Well, regardless, I'm here, and if you're patient, I'm patient too. See, people are like, where's the F-16s? And they leave and they'll miss it. Ritzy Mink says it's cold, stuck at work still, doing overtime. Ritzy, oh, nice. Making the money. I like it, Ritzy Mink. The OT. Liam says hello. What's up, Liam? Taxiway Alpha 10 on Alpha. David Newmeyer says Hughes Air West flew between Tucson and Guadalajara and San Jose del Cabo in the 1970s. Thank you, Dave. Wow, I didn't know that, David. Thank you very much. The noise limitation for the use of afterburners? That's a good question. I don't know. I know that in the times that I've been here, they've used the afterburners quite liberally. I'll tell you that much, Andrew. I guess this United is either getting pushed back to go to maintenance or it's taking off. Salt Lake City Flight says hello. Welcome back to Tucson for another episode of Where These Very Loud F-16s Are Probably Going to Blow My Eardrums Out Because of the Afterburners. That's very true. Sometimes people will do tours here at Tucson, and we always remind them to put earplugs in. It's a good recommendation. Honestly, it's a really nice night, so I'm doing fine. Thanks for your patience. I can answer any question you'd like about aviation, and if I don't know the answer, I'll say I don't know the answer. Bye, Nick. We'll see you next time. I know, but where are they? I'm waiting for him. The schedule said 1900. Yeah. I hear him now. All right. F-16s, I hear him. I was just saying aircraft expeditions. Where are they? Yeah, I think. Thank you. Dude. All right. Here we go. They're going to pop out from under here because that's taxiway Alpha. The base is on the northeast side of the airport. There they are. You guys, man, I thought you were on time. The military, dude. All right, AJ, we'll see you in the next one. There they are. Thanks so much for being a part of the action, AJ. Appreciate you. There's our F-16s. Oh, nice. Air King Flyer hanging to Kankakee. Nice. See? We've been waiting for him. All right, I got 2. I see another one. Taxiing. There's another one. Trying to see if there's any more. So we've got 3 so far. On the schedule, it said like 15 or 16. We'll see if that holds true. Thanks for your patience. What do we got landing here? Is this a Pilatus? Hey, Jay Prey says, all of my flights were in the mornings around the same time. The ANG would fly, very intimidating, clearing a runway and seeing an F-16 having to hold short for. Yeah, and people in the terminal, when they fly by, it shakes the terminal, and like people are like, what is that? I can't tell if they got the extra tank on, Kevin. I thought I saw one of them did. In a 152. A 2-seater. Hey, Jay Prey. Nice. No, that looks like a little, like a Cessna or a little Honda Jet or something. Sounds about right, Dave. He's coasting he or she is coasting all the way to the end. So Randy asked, why do they fly at night? Usually, Randy, once a month they do night ops. So this is a training base. So once a month they will do night ops. Good question. Tim Box says, I can hear them from my home nearby. Tim, that's actually what woke me up, because they had some morning departures as well. And that, I think, woke me up. Oh, here's some more. What up, Brady Cajun? How's it going? Welcome in, sir. So that'll be number 4. cleared for takeoff, Dan says. All right. We're going to see him pop up over here. Or they'll shoot up in the sky over here. So I'll actually zoom back a little bit. Martin, how's it going? Any more UK-based insomniacs watching? There's one. There's two. No afterburners just yet. This is like just a casual takeoff for them. Number 3. Nope. So there's our first 3 out the gate. Yeah, let me know how the audio is. Too loud, too soft, good, bad. We got one more headed down there. And then we should have some more as well. Martin says, love me some F-16. I live close to a Typhoon Eurofighter QRA base in England. Tim says, I remember when I was a kid, I could ride my bike to the east end of the runway and watch the guards' F-105s take off. They could barely climb until they were 5 miles out. Wow. That's right. Poor San Diego, that flight is still waiting. Southpaw asks, any chance that they were asked not to use the afterburners due to gas prices? That's an interesting question. I don't know. We'll find out. But that is an interesting question, Southpaw. Great audio. Okay, great sound. Hey, Jay Pray, thank you. Sounds perfect. Excellent. Jesper, I'm an insomniac in the UK as well. Excellent, guys. What is up, Don Rumsey? Welcome into Tucson at night. We just had 3 F-16s take off. Ah, there we go. Our friends in San Diego finally getting the engines started up here. That was about a 45 minute wait time. Close to it. All right, you can see the lights in the background. You may be wondering what those are. We at Tucson International Airport, we're constructing a second runway, a parallel runway to this F-16 that's taking off. Oop. So there's our first 4. Oh, make that 5. I missed one. Must have missed one. All right, that make that 5. 5 out the gate. Welcome in, everybody. Thanks for being part of the action. Enjoying those F-16s at night. And thank you for liking and subscribing. Our next broadcast, it might be tomorrow, but if not, we'll be broadcasting from San Diego next weekend. So I hope you can join us. A sneaky 5th indeed, Dan. I did not see that one. A lot of the F-16s, there's pilots that'll fly from overseas here to do training. So they'll come here for training, whether it's dogfighting, pattern work. You'd have to talk to a pilot on that one, or a trainer, a 2-seater. I still expect 15 or 16, so we'll hang around here for a little bit. Southwest 4599 is getting ready to take off to Las Vegas. Meanwhile, SkyWest 4906 from Phoenix is landing. Tim says we trained their Ukrainians here. That's true. So as I was saying, those lights you see in the background is well, forget that. We got more F-16s. Never mind. At some point, I'll tell you that we're building another runway. And so they're doing work at night sometimes. So that's number 6 and number 7. Quake the Geek. I can hear one of those F-16s flying over my house in East Tucson. Welcome in. Thank you for being a part of the action. Lyle in Anchorage says, is ATC able to track the F-16s? Yes. There goes our Las Vegas departure from Tucson. The F-16s are on a different squawk code, but they do get issued a squawk by ATC here. Good question, Lyle. It is, Tim, it is taking a little bit of time to build. But we'll get there. It's making some progress. Right now, they've got some of the base layer of the cement. It's going to be a cement runway, and they've started, they've completed the first layer. It's supposed to go into service next April, so a year from now, basically. It sure is optimistic mountain landscaping. I love me San Diego. Oh man, you're busy tonight, Ritzy Mink. Well, if it's Andrew, if it's Janet Air, it never flew in the first place. So Tim, in fact, if you look closely there in the background, as our American Eagle from Phoenix lands. Yeah, Tim, if you look in the background, they have, the contractor has a cement plant back there. So they're doing the cement right there on the property. Till just before 10 o'clock, Randy. I guess I'm told that the curfew is 10 o'clock. Next up, we have United 1762 from Denver on a 737-800. landing here in a minute or so. Well, a couple minutes, excuse me. Matthew Chesterton says, I think I figured out the code for Janet. Just another everyday takeoff. Yeah? Tim says, wonderful, can't wait to fly my little Cessna 150 and land on the new runway. Yep. Yeah, because Tim, once the new runway opens, they're going to close the other runways so they can connect the taxiways for both runways. So yeah, once the new runway's finished, that will open, and the existing runway that we have now will close so they can connect the taxiways. This Southwest flight to San Diego was hanging out for about 45 minutes, waiting for flow into San Diego. If you're enjoying the broadcast, don't forget to like and subscribe. And remember, here on the channel, we are 100% donor funded and supported by the channel through advertising revenue and your generous contributions. So if you like this stream and would love to see more, consider contributing to the channel via the Pip House Club by joining Premium Economy, or you can send a super chat or a PayPal or GoFundMe contribution. Thank you so much, everybody. All right, Tim, we'll see you later. Have a great night. Thanks for being part of the action. Thank you to United 1762 from Denver, Tim Arnold's home airport here. Just another non-existent tax write-off for Janet. So United will come in and park right by us. A dust storm? Wow. Wow, Ron, that is... did not expect that. Oh my goodness, Aircraft Expeditions gifting 5 more memberships to Rigoberto, Tanya, Camara Atkinson, Com Atkinson, Volnation, Ben Ponce. Thank you so much, Aircraft Expeditions. Rigoberto Juarez, bienvenidos. Probably definitely low mins, Rainy Cajun. And their low minimums aren't even that low, unless you're doing the ILS. But yeah, like the regular RNAV to runway 27. Thank you, Aircraft Expeditions, for your amazing generosity.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
We still have 2 F-16. No. Do we have another F-16? Yeah, we do. Hold on. I see it. I see you. Oh, no. Oh, that's the special King. Oh, that's the special radar-equipped scanning Beechcraft. I don't know what it does, but it definitely does surveillance of some kind. And it's been parking here at Tucson for the last couple nights. We might be getting some KC-135s on Wednesday and Thursday. So we'll see. Let me share our 737-800 with y'all. Jackie asks, is it cold here? No, it's about 82. Oh, sorry. See, just like that. Yeah, no afterburner so far. Maybe they are saying no dice on the afterburners. I think we're up to 6 and 7. Or maybe I missed one. Interdiction ops. There you go, Rod. Joker, what's up? Good evening. How is this channel? How long is this channel up? We've been broadcasting for about 3 years. We've been broadcasting tonight for just over an hour. And those F-16s, oh, look, there's some more of them. Fantastic. The F-16s are part of the largest Air National Guard base here in Tucson International. They're based here at Tucson International. There's anywhere from 60 to 80 F-16s, and there's 2 of them right there. Danielle, what's shaking? How's it going? All right, Southpaw, thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you, dude. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great night. Judith Berry says, hello to Rigoberto Juarez. I say hello to Judith. So we get another 2 F-16s headed our way. It looks like another private jet. It's like been an all Cessna fleet, it looks like, tonight. Oh, Joker, nice. I'll probably be on at least for another hour. Maybe even longer if the F-16s keep flying. I lived in, I did an internship in Santa Fe. So how about that? In airport operations. So this is our United that just came in from Denver. Yeah, so I typically, for those who are just joining us for the first time, aren't familiar, I actually work a full-time job right now. I work 4 10-hour shifts, Wednesday through Saturday, and then I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And so we usually broadcast either one of those days or all of those days. So this upcoming weekend, I have full intention of trying to get to San Diego, hopefully, as long as my health stays good. So we've broadcasted from 54 different airports. So take a look in our live library. You'll probably find a few favorites, few of your favorite airports there. Oh, nice. Buzz Bros, what's going on? Joker says, I live in eastern New Mexico, Cannon. Very cool. Very cool. That's awesome. Eastern New Mexico. You have to be a hardy soul to live in eastern New Mexico or West Texas. So I already like you, Joker. So we're up to, I think, 8 and 9 waiting to take off for F-16s. We started the show, I believe. Our first plane was actually, I think, FedEx, the 767. Prepare for takeoff. What is happening? Welcome in. How art thou? Dude, you're up late on the East Coast. Welcome, welcome. So we got Southwest waiting to take off, some F-16s waiting to take off. This plane, which I have no idea, I think it's a Cessna 172. Right on, Joker. Definitely is windy. Southwestern New Mexico, Buzz Bros. Oh, I didn't know that. Awesome. All right, so are we doing a low approach with this guy? What's going on here? Or is he doing a long landing? He might be doing a long landing. Yep. Oh, I know who it is. It is one of our lovely planes for the sheriff's office. Yep, that was a long landing approved. Flying a Cessna 208 Grand Caravan. Prepare for takeoff says, staying up late finishing some schoolwork and decided to check the stream before I sleep. Right on. Well, thank you, Prepare for Takeoff. That's a real big compliment right there. Broadcasting Pip Hastings Aviation over homework or sleep. So much appreciated, Prepare for Takeoff. So yeah, that was a Cessna 208 Caravan. That is part of the Sheriff's Department. So I don't know if this is going to the hangar. I think it is going to the hangar. I'm just going to take a wild guess, though. But man, is that APU on loud. Right in the breadbasket. So sorry about that buzzing. The APU is right there, making some noise. Oh, dude, Prepare for Takeoff. You got a short 360 for the first time when you're at St. Martin? That is very cool. I have seen his shorts. Hey, Joker128XS. Thank you so much for your generosity. I greatly appreciate it.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you.
My gosh, very generous of you. We look forward to having you be a part on shows in the future. That is correct, Andrew. It is discreet. All right, Buzz Bros, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next one. Have a great night. Thank you, Joker. Appreciate you. A hearty thank you from our neighbors. Again, we still got at least two F-16s waiting to take off. Also, Southwest headed to San Diego, and another Southwest headed to Los Angeles. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. We are here in Tucson International Airport. This is where I live. Not at the airport, but actually close by. You know what? Prepare for Takeoff. I actually saw the shorts. My short I saw was from the U.S. Forest Service, and it came to Tucson, I want to say in January. Hal Hostetler says, I live at Mission and Silver Lake, and I'm in the landing or takeoff pattern. Perfect. Well, Hal, welcome aboard. We'll keep an eye out for you. What's up, Backyards Plane Spotting? So I think we got some pattern work for general aviation that is landing here shortly. Oh, nope. Here we go. Southwest 2664 going to San Diego, taking off. T-Donji asked, do I listen to the air traffic controllers at the locations you go to? I try to, so right now, I don't a whole lot. I would like to get a bigger soundboard, T-Donji, so I could plug in a scanner, so I could have more inputs. So eventually, that is the goal. All right, so that finally took off to San Diego. It was only an hour behind schedule. It is, in fact, an APU. You bet it is. Thanks to our APU right here. There it is, Joker, right in front of us. So yeah, we're right here. and it's right there. So probably 125 feet away. Looks like the Beechcraft is the next one to take off. And there it is. There's the Beechcraft. Surveilling southern Arizona. Dave, yeah, it could use yeah, a little bath there. No backyard plane spotting, not yet. We get a lot of coyotes, but not cats. Hostetler says, I didn't hear a Southwest jet, so using 11 left. Actually, Hal, we only have runway 1230 right now. The headings have been updated. And the other runway has been torn up, Hal, because we're building a brand new runway. Plenty of mouths on 1215. Yeah, I saw that. Thought that was kind of interesting. Yep, here's a little single engine prop doing some pattern work. K207 says, looks like the B350 King Air is supporting Customs and Border Patrol. I saw another one a few weeks ago here. Different regulation. Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right. Thank you for the Jet Blast, Sky West. Now, the only downside is when the United plane powers up right in front of us. Nothing like some dust in the face. So we're still waiting on those two F-16s to take off. They're still down there at the runway 30. So I know the U.S. Army K207 has some Lakotas here in Tucson, and so I wonder if they help with CBP as well. Again, if you're wondering where you are, where we are, what are we doing? So we're at Tucson International Airport in Tucson, Arizona. We come here. This is my home airport. I live in Tucson. But we broadcast in Phoenix, San Diego, and other areas. So thank you all for tuning in. Yes, that's it. Rainy Cajun. Nothing like hot on hot with a little kerosene mixed in. True dat. Oh, here we go. We got F-16s in the house. They're rolling. Let's see if we get afterburners. Mars the dude, what is up? You need to come back to Houston sometime. I agree, Mars. Yes, finally, we got afterburner. finally, our first afterburner of the night. Rob, what's going on from New Zealand? Mars the dude. I have plans to Houston probably in October, November, I'm thinking. Prepare for Takeoff says, do you have any idea when Founders Plaza will reopen? Well, I can tell you, Prepare for Takeoff. The good news is it is open. It is back reopened. So it is open. Go enjoy. Bill says, sweet. Judith Berry says, wow, that is so cool. I agree. Yeah, I love it. All right, so that is either 9 or 10 we've had taken off. I think there might be a few more. We'll see. So we'll be here at least until 9, so we will keep an eye out for them. But we've had 9 or 10 take off already. Joker says, originally from Memphis, Uncle Sam sent me to New Mexico with the F-111s. I stayed. The airbase is awesome. Nice. Q. What's shaking? Kay brings up a good point. Kay says, whenever they have 2 tanks, they will use the afterburner. 1 tank under the belly is mill power. As we get Alaska flying in here. Q, great to see ya. How you doing? Q, we will be ideally in San Diego this upcoming weekend. I just got to figure out where I'm going to stay. I like Carlsbad, but with gas being so expensive, you add basically like $20 round trip. All right. Optimistic Mountain Landscape asks a good question. Why does Delta have seasonal service from Minneapolis to Tucson? We have lots of people from Minnesota live in Tucson area the year round. And Dan, I do not have an Android charger.
That's okay, I got one in my car.
All right. Yep. So optimistic, that's a great question. Delta, you know, they only have so many planes. I'd love to have year-round service from Minneapolis, but seasonal is, whoa, look at that. Bill contributing 5 memberships. Bill, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. 5 memberships.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
This bunch for you.
Oh, look at that. Harry Carey chiming in, too. Thank you very much, Bill, and congratulations to Judith Gediminoff, Jusil, Oaxaca, Texas, and T-Bone Marketing. We're going to LAX. We're going to LAX with this Southwest. Membership gives you the full coveted suite of emojis, and I think we're going to start doing members-only streams soon. We do have some more F-16s. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. There we go. Harry Carey asked me that earlier, Rainy Cajun. I know. I asked that a lot to you. Oh, we got a 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Roblox, you'll have to email me. So just email me at pipsplanespottinglive@gmail.com. Okay. Aircraft Expeditions saying good night, everybody. Good night, Aircraft Expeditions.
I gotta meet him because he's gonna take me on the runway.
Nice. Rock on. All right, our good friend Aircraft Expeditions and friend of the Pipster. Good guy. And thank you for his generous contributions, gifting memberships. Thank you, Rob. I'll give her a shout out to Mama Pip. This is not an F-16, but is a corporate jet. So thank you to everybody who's contributed. Bill, thank you. Aircraft Expeditions, Tim Arnold, thank you. Everybody who's renewed their memberships. Thank you to Joker. Thank you for your generosity. Great to have you aboard. You know what's funny, Rob, is my mom and dad are enjoying life. I haven't heard from them in like a month, which is not normal. All right, Rainy Cajun, thanks for stopping by. We'll see you again, Rainy Cajun. He was out streaming at Biffy at Boeing Field today. All right, Roblox, I'll take a look at the email when I get a chance. Thank you so much. Don't know if I'm going to do a show tomorrow or not. If we do, I will make sure to announce it and let y'all know. We'll be Southern California this weekend. I've set aside some snacks to eat. An inbound aircraft. Let's see what it is. Let's check it out. It is SkyWest 3846, a Delta connection flight from Los Angeles on an E-175. I would say the most popular aircraft here in Tucson is either the E-175 or the Boeing 737. So I think after they might, well, no, we got another one inbound. So it might be a few minutes for those next two F-16s taking off. Mattman asks a great question. Pip, does SkyWest, America's largest regional airline, have a maintenance hangar at Tucson? And the answer is yes, they do. I meant to bring that up. Thank you, Mattman. SkyWest has a maintenance hangar here at Tucson. So you'll see a lot of 175s here. And then they'll go down to the maintenance hangar and then get ready for the morning. I think I got one more battery for the camera. There goes our Phoenix SkyWest. Phoenix, for those of you who don't know, is about 120 miles by car-ish. So we go there, I wouldn't say, we go there on a pretty regular basis. All right, I'm going to swap out batteries here real quick. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Hold on. There we go. So thanks all of you staying up late. I sometimes forget that we're on the West Coast and everybody is up later than we are. So thanks for partying with us. Oh, here we go. Oh, we got afterburners. Here we go. Yeah. Ah, another afterburner. Yeah. Get some. And three. America! Wow, so much happened there. Brian TPA joining Premium Economy. Thank you, Brian TPA, first off.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
All right, Tucson is on Pacific time, Joker. Judith had a question of... the question was, but Judith, do we have any wide bodies that come in? The answer is yes. We typically have, Judith, one FedEx during the week, 1767 FedEx. But we also get periodic heavies, Judith. We were talking about this earlier, where they will fly in from faraway countries to get stored or fixed at Marana Pinal Air Park, which is about 45 minutes of north of here. So basically what happens, Judith, is the airline that's retiring the plane bought the plane, will bring it in here to Tucson, clear customs, and then fly up to Marana. It's basically like a 10-minute flight. So we will see periodically wide bodies, yes, that will fly in here, clear customs, and then be either converted to cargo or stored up in Marana. So great question. Joker, glad you're enjoying it. I would love to take credit for it, but I America, I got to give credit to the F-16s. Devious Fink hanging out with us. What up, girl? Moose Turter, what's up? Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you.
Congratulations to Crystal, Dr. Penguin, Brian Baxter, and Juan Mercado. Thank you, Moose Turter. Appreciate you. You're welcome. Great question, Judith. My personal favorite, I will tell you, so Judith, I've lived here in Tucson for about 15 months, and let's see, what have I seen fly into Tucson? Here's some pattern work. Little Cessna. All right. Queek the Geek asks, does anybody know about the Super Hercules that circles Tucson for hours at a time, a couple of nights a week? I've not been able to find out any info on the purpose of these regular flights. Quick the Geek, those, if I remember correctly, I'm just hypothesizing. Those are probably Davis-Monthan training flights for the C-130s. They have air shows in the area. Yes, they do prepare for takeoff. Last year they had the air show. I think they do it every other year. Yeah, Moose Turtle, you timed it perfectly. That was only our 4th afterburner shot. We've had 12 or 13 F-16s take off. And then going back to your question, Judith, I've seen everything from a 747-4 to an Iraqi Airways 777-200 to the Rolls-Royce 747-200 to last week we had a A330 that was going up to Marana. So we get a little bit of everything. And then in December, I was really excited because in the 15 months since I've lived here, it was the first time I ever saw a Dreamliner land here. And it was the United was picking up the Arizona Wildcats football team for the Holiday Bowl. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, we get some unique stuff you might not normally see. Oh, and I have to mention, we've also had the Antonov here, not the 225, but the 124 a few times. Jerry, what's up? San Diego, I'm actually coming back this weekend, Jerry. Funny you should ask. Roblox asks, where are you originally from? Like, where's your hometown? I grew up in a city called Naperville in the Chicago suburbs, Roblox. Oh, yeah, and there was an E-4B last week, too. Good call, Aircraft Expeditions. The Doomsday plane, but that was, yeah. But that was at Davis-Monthan, so I didn't get to see that in person. Aircraft Expeditions got to take photos of that. Yep, Devious Fink, we will be back. That is the plan. That is the plan, my dear. Thank you, everybody, liking and subscribing. What's up, Rachel? Yeah, it was, we get all sorts of cool stuff. Excellent, let's do it. You know how I've been chasing reverse ops, Devious Fink. You know I've been chasing reverse ops forever. So let's make it happen this weekend. I'm taking extra vitamin C and zinc so I don't get sick. The only thing I will say about this weekend, Devious Fink, is my work schedule is kind of wonky this weekend, or this week. I work a normal shift from 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. on Wednesday, and then because a coworker is on vacation, I got moved to the graveyard. So Thursday night and Friday night, I'm working 7 p.m. to 5 a.m., and then I have a quick turnaround on Saturday, 3 p.m., and then I took a half day, so 8 p.m. So I'm hoping I either get some rest on Saturday night or Sunday, or I just drive through straight through. So it might be Monday before we do a show. I think you'll get a lot of cool traffic. Prepare for takeoff says, hoping to see some cool World Cup traffic here in New York City. Well, since New York City is where they're hosting the final, you'll get lots of cool stuff. I have not heard about the 4 F-35s aircraft expeditions, but that would not surprise me. Well, hopefully we can make you feel better, Rachel. Sorry to hear about that. That looks like a, I say Phenom 300. So we're going to wait a little bit longer, see if there's any more F-16s. Yeah, 7 to 4 a.m. Joker. It's actually not that bad. It's just I usually work, Joker. I usually work the 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Shift Wednesday through Saturday. So anytime I've worked overnight, it hasn't been too bad. So I'm hoping the same. going to LA on this one? Oh, this might be another SkyWest maintenance. Taxiing down. I think it's going to the hangar. That's what I'm putting my money on. Okay, so again, if you're just tuning in, you see all these bright lights. Tucson Airport is currently constructing a second runway, and that's what they're doing right there. It'll be a parallel runway, so about 11,000 feet like our existing runway, and they've got about a year left to get it done. So they're working hard. You're a night owl? Joker says a night owl. Prepare for takeoff asks if I've been to the Pinal Graveyard, and the answer is yes. Somebody suggested I do a live show from there, and I can do that, but I will tell you that it would probably be like a live show from a museum. So, I mean, standing on top of my truck. But I can do it. Moose Turter says, I spent 15 years on 17-03 or 2107. Oh, hourly time, 17 to 0300 or 21 to 0700. Got to days shift for the past 7 years. 800 is sleeping in on days off. Younger me would laugh at that statement. Yes, I do aircraft expeditions working overnights. They certainly do, Joker. This has been like, I think, close to 10 years in the making, honestly. It will cost approximately 400. They say it'll cost $400 million, Joker, to complete the runway. A lot of that is federal funding. We got another arrival shortly making their left or right base turn to go final. It's American 2123, a 737-800 from DFW. Thank you, Matt Man. Dave from North Little Rock says, I sleep from 4 a.m. to noon. Yeah, Dave, I'm going to be sleeping probably like 6 a.m. to noon or 6 a.m. to 1. I always like, so when I was a flight dispatcher, I've realized this, I like working the mornings. There's a coworker of mine who keeps thinking about retiring, and I really hope he does, just so I could get his morning shift. He works 5 a.m. to 3 p.m., and I'm like, that is awesome. That's my jam. Aiden says, this is my home airport. Thanks for streaming from here. Well, you're welcome, Aiden. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you for liking and subscribing, everyone. Correct. Yes. You are on it, Joker128. Yeah, Raleigh-Durham is currently building another runway, and they're going to use, when that's done, they're using the existing runway as a new taxiway. But that is correct. Charlotte is currently building their fourth parallel runway. Excuse me, that is also correct. Let's see if there are any other airports that are constructing. But you are correct, sir. Those are both correct answers. Devious Fink says, I hate getting up early, but I love being off by 3. See, yes. That is the most important thing to remember, Devious Fink, is getting off early. Whoa, a little bit of wind kicking up here. Stand by. Dave, it does, like, peak of summer, 5 a.m. Yeah. Most definitely. Wow, where'd this wind come from? I guess it's going to be windy tomorrow, so I'm glad I picked tonight. We should start seeing the F-16s coming back in just a little bit. Aiden, I am a former dispatcher. I still have my certificates, but yeah, I was a former flight dispatcher. Aiden says that's my future job, hopefully. Awesome, dude. Rock on. We'll cheer you on and we will help you out. I will help you out as much as I can. Yep, I flight dispatched for 5 years. Well, Rob gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Rob, from Down Under in New Zealand. One of our favorites.
Might want to think about dropping him a thank you note.
Hi, everybody.
Thank you so much, Rob. Gifting memberships for GW, Aerophone 1, Uncool Robbie, Simon's View, and North Country SD 760. Yeah, it's starting to get windy. All of a sudden. Which it does occasionally here in the desert Southwest, especially in the springtime. So you start to get the jet stream dip down. So we get our share of wind. Wow. I should have checked the terminal area forecast closer. Lyle Brinkcast, are you going to try and make it to Anchorage again this year sometime? Yes. Yes, I will, Lyle. Absolutely. I think, Lyle, I just need to make Anchorage in October an annual trip because my birthday's in October, so that would be ideal. So, yeah, I hope we can do kind of the same thing we did last year, Lyle, where I come in probably late October. Go Bears, Danielle says. That's right. Prepare for Takeoff says, I am graduating high school in 2 months, both nervous and excited. Well, that is a big deal, Prepare for Takeoff. I say, congratulations. I remember when I graduated high school, that was like 26 years ago. Yep. I graduated in 2000. The zeros are heroes. That's what I always used to say. Aircraft Expedition asked a great question, and sorry I didn't see it earlier, Aircraft Expeditions. He asks, is there any word on the terminal extension that I have been hearing about? Well, the first thing that has to get done, Aircraft Expeditions, is the runway has to get done first, and then they have to do the taxiways. So that is supposed to be done by 2029, and then at that point I think they can start planning for a new terminal. Great question. Jenny, how's it going? Oh, look at you. You finally made it. It's great to see you, Jenny. Yeah, Danielle graduating in 2009. Dang. 26 years ago. Huh. I gotta look at the yearbook now. I was voted most likely to plane spot in my yearbook. I wonder if the Pope will go to a Bears game. That would be pretty awesome. I'm not going to lie. Devious Fink, 2002 graduate. God dang. Man. Matman was 1982. 1982? Matman, wow. That was Dazed and Confused territory. That was Ridgemont High territory. Scott Kuiper, 1980. Well, I don't know that we'll be getting any more F-16s taken off. I would be surprised because they usually go out for an hour and they need to be back by like 10 or 10:30. But we might have a few coming in the next few minutes. That should be taxiing our way. So we will see. Papa Billy 66 says, I graduated in 84. I'm feeling old. I don't know, Papa Billy. It sounds like we got a lot of mid-80 graduates here. It's true, Devious think we're babies. Ginny says, I got my family and my reservation with Allegiant Airlines all straightened out. We fly to Rapid City, South Dakota on September 5th. Well, that is fantastic. Judith says 1979. Look at this. We got some like mid-80s, late 70s. 48 Gabe G says 1999. That's my guy. Wow. 1999. That was impressive. David Newmeyer says the Pope needs to go to a White Sox game. That team needs all the help they can. Yes, David, you are correct. All right. For people who don't know, Tucson's kind of cool because our old air traffic control, that's not the current one, by the way. This is our old air traffic control tower. And if the wind will stop, here, I'll try and hold steady here. This, I think, hopefully, they're hoping to put this into a national landmark or something, but I don't know when. But it's lit up with Tucson on it, which is pretty cool. Hal Hostetler says, 1968, I graduated high school a long time ago. Hal, that's kind of like my dad or my mom's territory. No, wait. No, they graduated in like 1960-ish, 62. Rachel says she graduated in 2002. Sounds good, Devious Fink. Aircraft Expedition says, are you planning to go to Oshkosh? There have been some discussions about Oshkosh aircraft expeditions. Nothing set in stone quite yet, but there have been some discussions. I was going to invite Mattman, but he said he had a family reunion, which is perfectly fine. Excellent choice. Prepare for Takeoff says, I'll be studying aerospace engineering. Well, you prepare for takeoff. You might even come to Tucson and work at Raytheon, maybe. That'd be cool. Because Raytheon needs a lot of good aerospace engineers. Rob Viking One Aviation says, well, an intercessory prayer from the Pope could really turn the White Sox fortunes around. I'll tell you what, that's not a bad suggestion there, Rob. That is not a bad suggestion. I see the F-16s coming back in. I can see their lights in the distance. So again, we might do another show tomorrow. If we do, I'll make sure to let you know. If not, plan on us being in San Diego, ideally this upcoming weekend. Aiden Hodges says the University of Arizona has a great aerospace engineering program. I would think so, especially with Raytheon being so close, Aiden. Ah, I see what I did wrong. So yeah, those... Oh, now I got 4 dots. I think even 5. 4 or 5 dots. 6. I keep seeing them. Yeah, there's definitely 4 or 5 F-16s coming back in. Well, good, Danielle, and we're thrilled to have you. Oh, yeah, Aircraft Expedition says you'll go to Oshkosh? That'd be quite a journey there from Arizona. I do definitely want to go to Oshkosh for sure, though, Aircraft Expeditions. I just don't know if it's going to be this year. Tickets for the week are, I think, like $150 150 or 160 for the week. So yeah, those are all like F-16s coming back in, by the way, that we saw earlier. A flurry of F-16s. So we had like 12 or 13. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for a night run. There are definitely a lot more during the day, I will tell you that much, for sure. 8 on the radar. Wow. Absolutely, Joker. Thanks for your generosity and kindness and your aircraft knowledge and aviation knowledge. We sure appreciate it. The more the merrier. That's what I always say. So yeah, there they go, coming back. They're going to taxi on down to probably Delta or Alpha 6 and get off the runway and head back to the Air National Guard. I knew what you were saying, Joker. I knew what you were talking about. I got the vibe, neighbor. The Royal International Air Tattoo in Europe again. That was fun, let me tell you. I have never heard of that. Aircraft Expeditions. Dave asked, can I get permission to stream from the old tower? Well, everything I've asked, they've always said no to, Dave. But I haven't asked about broadcasting from the tower. So maybe. Maybe. Yep, Air National Guard in Portland is pretty active there. Absolutely prepare for takeoff. I mean, Dave, I would love to broadcast from the old tower, but I've suggested a few ideas and they've said no to all of them. So I'm like, all right, well, at least I tried. So we'll wait till these last two come in. If I can get into the tower, I'll bring the coffee. Well, I can get in the tower. Unfortunately, Andrew, I don't think anybody else can. Sean says hello from Houston. Well, hello, Sean. Sean, I should mention that you've got a very big inaugural flight coming up on May 1st. ITA Airways will be flying from Rome, Italy to Houston Bush Intercontinental. Wow, that's a lot, Aircraft Expeditions. Welcome in, Sean. I agree, prepare for takeoff, and that's kind of what I've tried to do, but they poo-poo. They poo-poo my ideas. Oh, good, Sean. I'm glad you're aware of this. I'm a little sad I won't be able to attend it. I really wanted to attend it, Sean, and broadcast, but I will definitely make it down to Houston soon enough. I was planning probably October or November when the weather cools off. Yeah, I wish I could, Sean. I'll tell you what. I usually work. See, I work Wednesday through Saturday at my full-time job, and May 1st is a Thursday. So I would have to take off a few days. But I could definitely look at it. Maybe there's a cheap flight somewhere. I am trying to get to DFW in a few weeks for, well, number one, for Mother's Day weekend. Number two is to see if we can get back to DFW, because last time when I flew to DFW, DFW Founders Plaza was closed. Now it's reopened, so now it might be a better time. It's great spot there, Sean. Great spot. Terminal C parking is a great spot. Good choice. Oh, I see you, Aircraft Expeditions. Judith, they're actually F-16s that are coming in. I think I see two more. Mattman asked a question earlier. Mattman, you asked, do the F-16 show up on radar? Typically on like flight radar, they do not. They have a discrete squawk, so they typically are hiding. VFall 80 says there's an old tower there, like at LAX. Forgive me, I just started watching. You are correct, sir. We were actually, or ma'am, I just was talking about that. There is the old tower. So you are spot on, VFall 80. Thanks so much for tuning in. Prepare for takeoff. No, really not a whole lot has changed after Founders Plaza opened. I think the biggest thing is just they had to do some remediation work with the soil. So that was the main thing. Probably some pollution seeping into the soil. So they had to do some remediation work. Lee Road is a good one. Prepared to take off. I remember that. I've been to Lee Road. I do like the parking garage a lot, though. So there is the old tower VFall was talking about. I'll have to take a look at the schedule and see what's happening in the weather tomorrow. I still, prepare for takeoff. Everybody there always wants bathrooms. That's like the number one request at Founders Plaza. So I hope at some point we'll get bathrooms there. Someday. But I also understand why they don't have them there, if that makes sense. Somehow, Sean, whenever I do a live broadcast from down there, I always seem to end up on parking garage E, but not always. Well, there you go, Matt, man. Aircraft Expeditions tracks them with a secret ADSB. No, I'm just kidding. I think I see them. United, Southwest coming in. I gotta look at my radar here for a second. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, yeah, number one, number two. So United or Southwest 287 from San Diego, 737-700 is next, and then United 284, 737-900 from Houston. Good night, Air King Flyer. Thanks for staying up with us. We'll see you next time. Oh, well, there you go, Sean. There you go. There you go, prepare. Got to be careful. Come on, focus in late night. Oh, that radio. See that little lightning thing that's messing up the focus. That is correct, Sean, yeah. SoCal Gal Outdoors 4x4. Hi, first time here. Wish I was there to research family from the 1900s. Love Arizona. Well, awesome. That's awesome, SoCal Gal. Outdoors 4x4. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jenny, for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Says goodnight from Whetstone, Cochise County. Thank you, Jenny. SoCalif Gal. Okay, SoCalif Gal. Researching family from the 1900s. That sounds like good old-fashioned genealogy. Moose Turner says we'll get to see the F-16 Thunderbirds this weekend at Travis Air Force Base show. Glad we got a little Falcon preview tonight. Nice. Actually, SoCalif Gal Outdoors 4x4, we might be on tomorrow. If not, we will be on this weekend in Southern California, San Diego. The question is, will it be Sunday? Will it be Monday? So next weekend we will be on the air. Oh, your mom is from Tucson? Right on. So this 737 was in from San Diego. Nice, Timothy Wayne Thomas. Good old genealogy. Oh, that would be cool. Sean, you should be okay. I remember, Sean, for Houston, as long as you call the number for like dispatch and let you know that, let them know that you're there, they're usually pretty cool. So Calif Gal says she flies Southwest from LAX to Phoenix. Well, I do fly San Diego for Tucson to San Diego often. So Calif Gal, I will use Southwest a lot for San Diego, Tucson to San Diego. Nice direct flight. Danielle says, I found out one of my relatives was an earl in Germany and one of my great uncles worked for Al Capone. What? Nice. Love it, guys. Guys and gals, that's cool. That is awesome stuff. Oh, 24/7 cams. I got you. I got you, Sean. Yeah, that would be different. You'd probably have to get legal approval and all that jazz, but that would make sense. Hey, what's up, Uncle Plane Guy? We've had, I want to say 12 or 13 tonight. 12 or 13 F-16s tonight. I bet, Moose Turner, the new terminal at San Diego is so much nicer. I remember when I flew in December and I was like, oh, thank goodness, this is so much nicer. What's up, Jonathan Bilbao from Chile? Bienvenidos. Hal says, I live 5 miles from TIA tonight in the takeoff pattern, runway 30. Very nice, Hal. So I just live kind of east of here. So I'm about like 10, I would say I'm about 15 minutes from here, Hal. Which is why it was so convenient to broadcast from here tonight. Because those of you who know me know I'm kind of a wimp when it comes to the heat. So the fact that the F-16s were flying at night this week, I was like, perfect. I can do a show from Tucson. There is the Houston arrival. Uncle Playing Guy asked a great question. How does the A220 get the name CS100 and 300? Well, actually, Uncle Playing Guy, the question should be, how did the CS100 and 300 get the name A220? Well, the A220, so the CS100 and 300 programs were purchased by Airbus. So when Airbus purchased the programs from Bombardier, they renamed the planes the A220. Sean, daily flights. Good question. On average, I think I would probably say about 80 flights a day. 70, 80 flights that are commercial. Prepare for Takeoff says, how do I know the F-16 schedule? I have some inside sources. You know, I've got some top secret clearances. No, I don't really have top secret clearance. No, I just have a few inside. I have an inside source. Prepare for Takeoff, so they give me a heads up, so that's nice. Nick says, will the F-16s be flying every night this week? About what time do they start? Nick, they usually, so tonight they did around 7:30. On the schedule that I saw, it was around 7. So I would suspect that they will fly tomorrow around a similar time. They don't fly Friday nights, that much I know. And Thursday night is kind of iffy. Yo, Leroy, what's up, man? Yeah, you're up late. Thanks for tuning in, Leroy. Great to see you. Sean says, love United Airlines. Well, then we got to get up to Chicago then and do a show, Sean, or get back to Houston or LA or San Francisco or Denver. All the above. Thank you, Aircraft Expeditions. So yeah, I have a prepare for takeoff. I have a top secret source. Aircraft Expedition says C-17 is landing at Davis-Monthan right now. Oh, that's right. Prepare for takeoff. Need to do a show from Newark. Absolutely. Sean says Houston is the best for the 757. Or Dulles. Yeah, I keep forgetting about my East Coast hubs. Oh, so Aircraft Expedition says, according to his people, the F-16s will be flying tomorrow night and Wednesday. That sounds about right. They definitely do not do Friday night, and I don't think they do Thursday night. Good question, Uncle Plane Guy. British Airways, I don't know about Indianapolis. Maybe Lufthansa or, well, maybe British Airways. Sean says, and this makes sense, Sean being a Houston guy says, I was really into Continental. Of course, Houston, big old base for Continental. You before the United merger. Thank you, everybody, for liking and subscribing. Appreciate the support. Thanks for everybody's contributions. That helps continue to make these shows possible. Davis Monson had a nickname, you know. I did not know that, Joker. Are you talking about the graveyard nickname or a different nickname? I guess this United in front of us is waiting for wing walkers. Soul Calif Gal Outdoors asked, how far is the airport from the University of Arizona? Drive time wise, I would say 20 minutes. And that's only because there's not a whole lot of interstates in Tucson. Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. I would love to do a live stream. You know what I did? This is true. Pipes, organs, and jets, y'all. I actually called the Renaissance Hotel and asked them how much 30 days of live streaming would cost. So how long to stay 30 days. And they never called me back. So absolutely, if I could get down there, for sure. Okay, yeah, the graveyard. It's funny, Joker, I live probably 5 minutes from Davis Monson Gate, and I drive by C-17s and C5 Galaxies and C-130s all the time. Oh, nice. So Calif Gal Outdoors. All right, we're waiting for one more wing walker for these peeps. Yeah, for those who are just tuning in, Tucson International Airport is the home of the largest Air National Guard base in the country. We have anywhere from 60 to 80 F-16s here in Tucson. Rod Moyes, United destroys guitars too, if you didn't know. The Vehicle Military Museum. That's a cool museum, Scott, for sure. I know you've been there. I'll tell you what, we'll stay here till this United gets into the gate, and then we're going to head home, shower, and get ready for bed. Nice, so Calif. Very cool. They're still waiting for a wing walker. Alan says, wow, I didn't know that the United flew 737 into Tucson. Yep. 242 likes. Thank you very much, Matt Man. Timothy says the noise is making me sleepy. Well, that's pretty good. Sean, we might be here tomorrow. Oh, when I'll be in Houston next? Sean, I think I'll be in Houston probably for sure October or November when it cools off. I'm pretty confident in saying that for Houston. Oh, there's another F-16. All right, Scott, thanks for staying up late with us. Have a great night. Scott Kuiper, Pennsy Plains Broadcasting. Joker, thank you so much for tuning in. Get some rest. Thanks for being part of the action. We'll see you on the next one. Well, that's awesome, SoCalif. Wow, I did not know that Aircraft Expeditions. All right, here's a fun little fact. You see the wings of the United? If you ever are on a taxiway and the red is on your right, that means the plane is coming towards you. So just FYI. Uh-oh, Rod. Till a week and a half ago. Yikes. So yeah, if the red light is on the right, that plane is coming towards you. Yeah, I think we got a couple of more F-16s, as Dave from North Little Rock said. There's another one of our F-16s. So I'm just grateful we had 4 F-16s use the rafter burners. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Oh, okay, Sean. When am I broadcasting from here again? Sean, I'm going to go home and check the weather for tomorrow night. And if the weather is in good shape, I might broadcast again from tomorrow. If not, it may be a couple weeks, honestly. So I'm going to look at the weather and see what the weather's like tomorrow. Oh, yuck. Rod, sorry to hear that. That's yucky. So these guys are pushing back this E-175. And then once they push this back, then they can let the United in as well. Welcome back, Ritzy Mink. Sweet, Sean. Good night, Joker. Almost 11 hours. That's some good overtime. I worked a couple of 12-hour shifts a few weeks ago. All right, Aircraft Expeditions, have a great night. We'll see you again. Thanks for your support, Dan. We'll catch you on the next one. Stay safe. $90 degrees. Yep, Sean, 90 degrees. It's starting to get pretty warm around here. Hey, we'll catch you on the next one, Rod. We'll see you this weekend, man. I don't know which day it'll be, but we'll definitely be there. Be there or be square in San Diego. They got passengers and pilots, and they're ready to go. Ooh, that sounds lovely, Danielle. Thanks for taking a look at the weather. A low of 57 sounds fantastic. right, so once they get back to the gate, then they can marshal in this United. Right on. Yes, it is, Sean. Yes, it is. 100% humidity. All right, here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. I think that's a great idea, Uncle Plane Guy. I will definitely have to check it out. I have about 15 minutes to drive home, Ritzy Mink. I'm gonna shower and then get some rest. I'm off Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so we'll see what we do tomorrow. There's your tail number. He's coming, he's coming. Tucson, there's approximately, I believe, 20 gates, Sean. Approximately 20 gates, maybe it's 22. It's weird, Sean, because it doesn't go in sequential order. There's a couple that skip. There we go. They might be SoCal Gal. Give me some of that magic right there. He's like, closer, closer, closer. What's up, Telly? All right, so United is safe and sound. It's time to say goodnight with our music. Wait, where's our music? Hold on. No, that's not my music ending. Scratch that. Where's the other one? Oh, here we go. This is the music I want. Yeah, this is my jam. Juan Carlos says hello from Baja, Mexico. Roger that, Sean. I'll let you guys know if we're broadcasting tomorrow. Thank you, SoCal. We'll see you on the next one. If we don't see you tomorrow, we will see you this weekend in San Diego, unless something terribly crazy goes wrong. Thank you, Uncle Plane Guy. Thank you, Danielle. Hopefully you'll see us tomorrow night. Well, thank you, Danielle. We'll let you know. I got to check the F-16 schedule and see how many are flying. But thank you so much for the support from many of you, including Moose Turter Bill. Thank you, Aircraft Expeditions. Thank you to Joker. Thank you, Tim Arnold. Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Matt Man, for moderating. Doing a great job. Thank you, Leroy. We'll see you on the next one. Good night, Devious Fink. Thank you, everybody. Thanks for your contribution, supporting the channel. United's leaving us. Thank you, Rob, as well. Rob Viking 1 Aviation, thank you for your generosity. Here's to the Pope, helping the White Sox, and an intercessory prayer. That made me laugh, Rob. So we will be, if not tomorrow, we will definitely be on the air Monday, probably next Monday. Maybe Sunday, but definitely next Monday. So we got a couple more aircraft coming in, so let's see if they land before the song closes, because that would be cool timing. I think one of them will. Thanks to Randy Cajun, of course, for composing our music. Randy Cajun can be found at Go Flying. That's spelled G-E-A-U-X. What's up, Aviation Geek from Nashville? We're just wrapping up an F-16 show tonight. Come on, will it land before the music ends? That is the question. I don't know, it's getting kind of close. I don't think it's going to do it. Oh, this is our own music we created, SoCal Gal. We created, I don't know if this has a song. It just says Pip's outro music. So that's what it is. All right, everybody, have a great night. We'll talk to you, if not tomorrow, we will talk to you this weekend. And take care, everybody, and be kind. Have a great night. See ya. Bye-bye.